Hey guys, welcome back to another one of our videos. Hope you've had a wonderful Christmas and had a lovely new year. For this video, I wanted to talk about a game I really love, and if you haven't already guessed from the title or the thumbnail, it's The Witcher 3. Now, right before Christmas, Netflix released a television series of The Witcher. This gave The Witcher a huge boom in popularity, giving Steam 100k active users playing The Witcher 3 alone, and that's not including the previous games. Before I go any further, for those that don't already know, I'm Dan from the Play Show. We've just hit 500 subscribers. That's an insane jump from the 100 subscribers we were at a couple of months ago. Every like and subscribe you guys give really helps a lot, and we really appreciate it, and we really do mean that. Now, this video is a bit of a special one. It's not exactly a review because I love The Witcher 3, but it's more for people who are interested in Geralt's adventure, either because they've read the books or they've just finished watching Netflix's live action series. The first question you're probably wondering, as you clicked on the video, is the game worth playing today? The answer is yeah. There's lots of reasons why this game still holds strong this year, but first, in case you don't know anything about The Witcher, let's get into the origin of the series. If you're not sure about The Witcher as a franchise, it's based on novels written by Andrzej Sapkowski. Now, while the games aren't exactly a page-to-game adaptation, they basically serve as a sequel to the novels. They are, however, considered glorified fanfiction by Sapkowski himself. The books consist of 2 short story collections and 6 novels. If you are interested in reading them, they have been fully translated into English and are amazing reads. Or you could just watch Netflix's The Witcher, although that might take a long time until it reaches its end. If you have seen it, then remember. You don't have to have actually read the books in order to play The Witcher 3, although there's so many references to book events that you might feel a little left out if you haven't read the books or played the games, just like I did in my first playthrough. However, the game kind of references past events most of the time, so you as a player don't really feel lost. For example, Geralt might ask for a certain character to someone, and then that someone might ask why he's looking for said character. Geralt will then respond with what happened during the previous encounter to justify looking for them. It sort of fills you in or refreshes your mind just in case you haven't read the books or played the previous games. The combat in The Witcher 3 is a bit of a mixed bag. Some players love the combat whilst others absolutely hate it. It's not exactly the greatest combat, but for the sort of game it's trying to be, it works really well. I personally really enjoy the combat. While it's not exactly the free-flowing combat you see in the Arkham games or Sleeping Dogs or Mad Max or whatever, you do see its huge influence. It has a counter-attack, the standard attack, the heavy attack. It also has light spells called signs. Now, don't worry if you're not a fan of magic in games, like myself. They're very simple to use and don't really require any mana or anything to use it. It's very similar to how Fable 2 did magic, if any of you guys ever played that. Now, if you're into games and understand how free-flow combat works, and you've also played Dark Souls, so you understand how to spam the dodge button, then I highly recommend playing it on Blood and Broken Bones or Death March, as when you get better equipment, the game becomes easier anyway. If you're just in it for the story and not really keen on difficulty, then the easiest mode is best for you, especially if you're a casual player who doesn't really play games and you just want to know the story of The Witcher 3 after watching the TV show. Not to mention, the game's combat music is amazing. It sticks in your head and then you just go the whole day singing it non-stop. The Witcher 3 is full of amazing side quests too. Talking about the side quests for this game could take up the whole video, but the side quests really remind me of Oblivion side quests. Sorry Skyrim, your side quests were nowhere near as great as Oblivion's. Most of them are self-contained stories, and some may even have some references to the main story. On top of the side quests, there's an amazing card game you can play called Gwent. game takes up a lot of my time and is very simple to learn actually. It kind of reminds me of a Caravan from New Vegas. You can just roll up to an NPC and say, hey, let's play Gwent. And they miraculously just have a Gwent deck lying around. The game is super fun, and CD Projekt Red have actually released a standalone version of the game, with a spin-off Witcher game that's combat is based around Gwent basically. So if you do enjoy the Gwent gameplay, check out those two games. Not only are there side quests, there's also treasure hunts, something you do to find more armor and weapons, and there's also Witcher contracts. The jobs that you can take on to get a bit of money for Geralt can like negotiate a price with the giver of the contract, so you can bump up the reward if you feel like, you know, the reward's not worth the amount of effort you're putting in. Then you have to face a harder than usual creature at the end, but you're also rewarded with money and a decent amount of experience at the end of it, so it's not all that bad. There are also lots of side stuff you can find to do around the map, including destroying monster nests, bandit camps, hidden treasures, and so on. The game easily boasts 100 hours worth of gameplay on the base game alone. That's not including the 2 expansion packs, which are really good by the way, but we won't get into them in this video. You don't have to have played the other games or read the books to understand it, as I've mentioned, but doing so helps understand the characters. Now, I won't get into the details of the story, but chances are you'll most likely be spending at least 40 hours on the story alone. My first playthrough I had about 90 hours of game time probably, and didn't even finish a majority of the side quests. Not to mention as well that there is a point of no return in the story mode. Now, I won't get into details about that, but the game will tell you when you've reached that point, so when you do get to that point, just, you know, make a save game and do some stuff, because a lot of things become missable. So especially if you're a trophy hunter or an achievement hunter or whatever you want to call yourself, then yeah, make sure you have a backup save of that just in case, and also back up your game before you play a Gwent match, because one of the trophies is to find all the Gwent cards, and that's quite a hard one. Something a lot of people might be wondering is, what's the best platform to actually play The Witcher 3 on? Well, I've actually played on every platform, so I'd probably recommend the PC one if, you know, your PC build can actually run it. There's lots of amazing mods out there that gives the game a lot of quality of life improvements, and you know, it just makes the game a lot more fun to play. But if you don't have a PC that can't run it, then playing it on console is also fine. I've played on PS4, and I'm currently playing the Switch version at the moment, and if you only have a Switch, then pick it up because it actually works really, really well on the Switch, surprisingly. But if you have both, I'd probably say go for the console/PC one, unless you plan to take it out with you on the go or you're a very heavy commuter, then get the Switch one. But the Switch one does work really well actually. If the game's on sale, I highly, highly recommend picking it up. Even if the game isn't on sale, it's still a very good buy, especially the Game of the Year edition of the 2 expansions. So if you really want to play it and you can't find it on sale anywhere, then just pick it up. It's honestly worth all the money that you're going to spend, even though it is a 5-year-old game basically. The expansions are also really good, like I said, and that'll be for another video really, because I could go into a whole other video about both the expansions. The first expansion boasts about 20 hours of gameplay alone, and the second boasts about 40 hours, so it is a massive jump in compared to other DLCs that are on the market at the moment. But anyway, that's pretty much it from me on this end. What did you guys think about The Witcher 3 if you've played it? Do you think people that have just finished the show should go straight to The Witcher 3, or do you think that they should read the books first or play the previous games? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you guys again so much for making us hit 500 subscribers. It does mean a lot to us, and you know, we really appreciate it. So again, thank you guys so much, and we hope you guys have had a lovely Christmas and a wonderful new year. Thank you guys, we shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.